Maybe the best opening intro of any show of all time in any genre, especially in sports. I won't spoil it to you. If you're of a certain age, you know what it is. You know where it came from. I'm not creating anything new. I'm just standing on the shoulders of people that have already done this, and I'm honored to be able to do so. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Whip Around and Find Out. We have got a loaded show today. I mean, it's a weekend edition. We're going to recap Friday. We're going to recap Saturday. There is so much to talk about. And let me put this out to you guys right away. If we aren't talking about your team, there's probably one of two reasons. Well, I'm going to say one reason for sure. Are we attached to your game changer? Because if we're not, I can't be at the games. Game changer is how I get all this information that I get. So you need to make sure that you have us following your team on Game Changer, and it's free, it's easy to do. That way you're included. If we are following you on Game Changer and we're not talking about your team, call me out on it. Send me a DM, say, hey, can you talk more about my team? I'm totally fine with shameless Homer plugs. I'm okay with it. I've never had a problem with that. So just hit me up and say, I'd love a feature or a segment on our team. And you know what? I'll do it, and I won't even say where it came from. Okay. So I'm not going to call you out publicly. I wouldn't do that. Again, we're here to promote girls sports. We're here to promote female athletes. That's my job. And I want to do my job to the very, very best possible. And if there's a way to improve what we're doing, I want to do it. If there's segments of the show you'd like to see that you don't yet, let me know. Again, this can only get better if we get good feedback and honest feedback from everybody. What do you like? What don't you like? I'm sure you'll love everything, right? But just in case, we have got, like I said, we've got a big show tonight. First of all, our show is proudly sponsored by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. I cannot thank Darren and our friends at Circle Tap and Wander Springs for their support. I can't thank them enough. It's awesome. I'm so excited to have them as part of our team. And news coming in the next couple weeks. We will be scheduling a Whip Around and Find Out live show at the Circle Tap in Denmark. So if you live up in the Green Bay area, Denmark area, anywhere in the Fox Valley, we'd love to have you come and join us and help make it a raucous, crazy, fun show. Well, speaking of raucous, crazy, and fun, we've got a lot to talk about. The aces were dealing, walk-offs happened, perfect games happened. We had perfect games this weekend. Grand slams happened, and Monday is already staring us in the face. For the next, I don't know, however long it takes, we're going to take you all across the state of Wisconsin and talk softball. Here are just some of the segments we're going to talk about today. The Circle of Domination, the Home Run Club, not just one, two editions of Who's That Girl? I'm not kidding you guys. I'm telling you, this is a real show. We're going to have the biggest results from the weekend, underrated performances, a look ahead at Monday, and the final word on what all this means. And I don't know exactly who keeps track of polls or, standings or rankings. I know Jeff Hagenow does some, and I went on the Max Preps website and I looked at their rankings, and they're really weird. So I'm not sure what's happening there. So I can't really say that, but I'd love to see where there's real rankings, because I'm interested in what that looks like after this last couple crazy weeks of softball. This is Wisconsin's only daily softball show. This is Whip Around and Find Out. Quick break. When we come back, segment one, it's the weekend Whip Around. Coming up next, you're watching Whip Around and Find Out on W7.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
I made a deal with the kids a long time ago that I'm happy to promote them. I'm happy to, listen to their music and everything else that they do. I'll listen to it. I don't necessarily, that's not really my thing, but the one thing they've got to do is on my show, on my broadcast, it's my music. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's the stakes. And you know what? Most of them have been pretty good about it. Yeah, they give me a hard time once in a while, but most of them pretty good. Some of them even like that kind of retro stuff. How sad is it that we're talking the 80s as being retro? My God, was it that long ago? All right, don't get me started. Okay, segment one, the weekend whip around biggest stories. Story number one, Fox Valley Lutheran perfection. We start with history. Madison Babcock of Fox Valley Lutheran threw a perfect game in an 8-0 win over Freedom. Perfect game means no hits, no walkouts, no base runners, total control. By the way, 19 strikeouts. So out of the 21 batters she faced, which is the minimum, she struck out 19 of them. That's not just winning, that's complete command of the game from pitch one to the final out. Perfect games are rare because they demand everything: command, defense, focus, and no mistakes, and the ability to finish. Madison Babcock gave Wisconsin one of the top performances of the season. And by the way, Freedom, historically a pretty good team, a pretty good program. So to not just get no hit them, but a perfect game, well, that's really saying something. Congratulations, Madison Babcock, on a perfect game against Freedom. Story number two, Hamilton makes a statement. You guys, you're going to get tired of hearing this, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry right up front. But this is a team that I don't know who's going to stop them. I really don't. I'm not saying they're the Kakana of this year, but I mean, they're going to be really, really tough to beat. They rolled Middleton 13-0, and guess who? Bitsy Palika drove in 5 runs in the game. She homered, doubled, singled, walked, and dominated the middle of the lineup. Hamilton had 14 hits, stole bases, played clean defense, and looked like a team with serious goals. I'm telling you, Coach Gendrich has this team on a mission, and I feel sorry for anybody that gets in the way. That's story two. Story three, Brillion bats erupt. Brillion put up 15 on Prairie du Chien and followed it with another 15 against Cumberland. That's 30 runs in 2 games. Cora Tam had an inside the park grand slam. The lineup is deep. The pressure is constant. And right now, you guys, Brillion is dangerous. Story number 4, and we got to experience this one in person. It was our game Friday night. Fond du Lac Power Surge. Fond du Lac beat West Bend East 13-2. McKenna Schultes delivered a 3-run homer to put the game out of reach. The Cardinals broke the game open with a huge 5th inning, and they continue to look like one of the more balanced teams around. It's a team that it's not going to be a real flashy group. I mean, they're not going to go out and pound 20 home runs and steal 100 bases. It's an old school team. It's, play clean, good defense, make good choices at the plate, and don't beat yourself. I mean, that's what this team is going to be predicated on. Now, the question is going to be, can they do that on a consistent night in, night out basis? Well, we'll see. Story 5. This story keeps getting bigger and bigger. Mosinee walks it off. One of the best games of the weekend. Mosinee beats Kaukauna 4-3 in 8 innings. Peyton Jershely with 4 hits. Walk-off softball never gets old. And I'm telling you, this Kaukauna story is starting to bubble. I saw the polls come out that, of course, they were number 1, which, again, until somebody beats them, that's what they're going to be. Well, they got beat by Fond du Lac on Thursday, and now they got beat by a really good Mosinee team. So, I mean, 2 really good teams, but, are we starting to see some cracks in the foundation a little bit as far as perfection goes? I'm not saying they're not a good team and a good program. I'd never say that. but I'm saying the perfection that we've just, I don't know. I would even say that we've been pretty spoiled with Kakana. And I would hope the Kakana fans would agree that, we're pretty spoiled in the fact that we expect them to win every single game, every single year. And if they don't, it's, oh my God, what's wrong? And I'm not saying what's wrong. I'm just saying, hey, maybe they're human after all. All right. I mean, maybe this year they're going to be human like the rest of us. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Let's still remember you're talking 15 to 18-year-old kids. So let's not lose sight of that. Now, the Circle of Domination is coming up next. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out, presented by the Circle Tap and Wonder Springs. Sunday night, W7, Whip Around and Find Out. We'll be right back.
It gets to the point where you have to start giving up sports, then you know it's time. I would highly recommend Orthopedic Associates. I had a full knee replacement. By 3 months, I was water skiing again, playing hockey. I have no pain. I just feel like I have a whole new life again.
Welcome back to Whip Around and Find Out. It's time for segment 2, and that is the Circle of Domination. When the circle belongs to you, everything changes. These are the arms that owned the weekend. This is the Circle of Domination. Starting with Madison Babcock, Fox Valley Lutheran. We talked about it already, but it certainly bears bringing up again. A perfect game. That says enough. But let's say more. She didn't just avoid trouble, she erased the possibility of trouble. How about Macy Zimmerman from Algoma? 5 innings, no hits, 11 strikeouts. Algoma wins 18-0. Absolute shutdown work. What about Tori Bugles of Johnson Creek? How many times can I mention this kid's name in a season? We're going to find out. 7 innings, 1 hit allowed, 11 strikeouts, and she also had 4 hits at the plate. That's a takeover. Emily Johnson, Cedarburg. Do you remember that name? Do you remember the name Emily Johnson from Cedarburg? If you're a W7 fan and if you're a softball fan, you should. Emily Johnson hit the walk-off home run in the sectional finals last year for Cedarburg to take them to the state tournament. Well, she's picking right back up where she left off. She also pitches, by the way. She had a complete game shutout in a 1-0 game. Let me say it again. She had a complete game shutout in a 1-0 game. Those are pressure innings. One mistake can lose it. She gave none. What about Madeline Barsness from Stoughton? Maddie had 12 strikeouts in a 2-0 win. That's ace behavior. And I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Keep an eye on those Vikings. They say this year their motto is it's now or never. They're trying to show that it's now. Keep an eye on those guys. And the Badger, I'm curious what Coach Bondi's got cooking up over in Stoughton. A big win this weekend against Oregon. Some good stuff happening for the Vikings. And what about Ada Tuttle from Mineral Point? 15 strikeouts and a 9-1 win. That many punch-outs changes the entire rhythm of a game. Velocity is nice, spin is nice, but command under pressure, that's domination. All right, now it's time to talk about the Home Run Club. So we mentioned this in our last episode. We're going to start calling out kids that hit home runs during games, and we'll mention them by name and hopefully by team as well. But the long ball was flying this weekend. Let's open the doors to the Home Run Club. Here are your members. Madison Babcock, Fox Valley Lutheran. Perfect game in the circle, and RBI production at the plate. Bitsy Palika, Hamilton. 3-run bomb as part of 5 RBI. McKenna Schultes, Fond du Lac. 3-run homer that blew the game wide open. Kendall Evgen from Waterford. Big fly and a big thriller. Game-tying homer late. What about Bree Donner from Plymouth? A 3-run shot during a monster first inning. Libby Yetzer of Sheboygan North, a solo homer in a tough game. Ellie Cagliari from Kewaskum, a big swing in a key game, and her teammate, Brianna Krause, Kewaskum, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, and a ridiculous day. What about Lily Dorr from Lake Mills? A grand slam in the 7th. That's cold-blooded, baby. Austin Kinch from Mineral Point, 2 homers in a 1-run win. Kara Link from Stoughton, clutch solo shot in a pitcher's duel to give them the win. That kid's hitting .714 on the year. She's doing pretty well. Kara's got it going on. So one swing can change everything. This weekend had plenty of them. Also in our game on Saturday, Jacobson, gosh, I just totally blanked on her first name. Ellie Jacobson from Elkhorn got a 3-run blast. And that baby was like, it was a majestic, towering home run. And there was really never a big doubt that it was gone. 5 stars. All right, when we come back, it's time for your and my favorite segment, except this one's going to be segment 1 of 2. We're going to come back with Who's That Girl coming up next. You're watching Whip Around and find out, Wisconsin's only daily softball show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Pain's a very lonely place. I came to Orthopedic Associates because I had a ruptured disc in my neck. I needed to get it fixed as soon as I could. Life immediately following the procedure was better. I have 3 young boys, coach their sports. I play their sports with them. So just the joy in life came back. The pain was gone. The entire standard of life became better.
Welcome back to Whip Around and find out. Sunday night, we got the comments coming in. First of all, our show is sponsored by the Circle Tap in Denmark and by Wander Springs Golf in Greenleaf. Golf is back, you guys. Did you go outside today? I mean, it wasn't like crazy hot, but I mean, you kind of almost feel like we're turning the page. We're turning the page on this, cold spring, and maybe we're going to come out the other side pretty soon. But what I heard is in the 70s tomorrow, so we'll see. All right, let me check some comments here. Of course, Joe Dale, one of our most loyal followers and supporters, and just he's always there supporting me and encouraging us. He's on. Hi, Joe. Our buddy from Shawano, Dave Hahn. Hahn, we've been giving Shawano tons of love. I mean, Coach Myers has to be like, okay, dial it down a little bit. This is way too much. But no, you're right. That team is really, really hot. And Cadence Myers, of course, doing a great job. And of course, Ava Wachtel was our Who's That Girl earlier this week. Coach Julie up in Appleton, rainy here in Appleton. Julie, looking forward to seeing you on Thursday when we come up there for FVL and Xavier. Jenna Dorr, we love Jenna Dorr. Jenna, I need to get one of those Lake Mills cakes, by the way, pretty soon. So I'm gonna be in touch with you about finding where you got that cake from that we did at the Bandits tournament. But love to Lily. I hope you guys are doing well. Coach Bondi checking in from Stoughton. Thanks for the Stoughton love. Of course, Coach, just speaking truth. Jesse updated my stat numbers. Carolink, 714, 4 home runs and 14 RBI. Again, you guys, be homers. I'm okay with it. I want you to be that. I want you to advocate for your kids. Even if it's your own kid, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what this is about. It's about us working together to promote these girls. whether you're a parent, whether you're, a friend, an uncle, whether you're some dude in a Economwalk, live streaming a show. I mean, we're all in this together for these kids. So I don't want to hear, well, I didn't want to be a homer. You could be a homer. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I give you permission. All right. Kylie Hansen checking in from Grantsburg. Good to see our friends from Grantsburg on. Bob Bruce checking in from Ripon. Emily, we love Emily Martin. Emily Martin, the head coach, co-head coach with Dave for the Hartford Orioles. Emily, we're really excited to see you guys May 9th at the Fond du Lac Triangular. We're going to give your kids all kinds of love, and great to see you, Coach, as always. Jenna, hey, always here for you. You know that. All right, let's keep the comments coming, you guys. I absolutely love it. I hope you love the show. It's so much fun. All right, now it's time for I mean, are we like growing up here or what? We got like sound effects now and everything. Little steps at a time, baby steps. Can you name the artist? All right, it's time for our Who's That Girl Round 1 episode. 5 stars, 1 crown. Let's do it. Who's That Girl? Here's our nominees. Number 1, Madison Babcock, Fox Valley Lutheran. Perfect game. Number 2, Bitsy Palika, Hamilton. 5 RBI and a home run. Nominee number 3, Tori Bugles from Johnson Creek, 11 strikeouts and 4 hits in a game. Nominee number 4, Brianna Krause from Kewaskum. She had 2 homers and 7 RBI. Number 5, Lily Dorr, Lake Mills, Grand Slam, 6 RBI. And the winner of segment 1 of Who's That Girl is Madison Babcock. A perfect game gets the crown. Madison Babcock, your Who's That Girl. When we come back, segment 5, Under the Radar. We'll be right back. You're watching Whip Around.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Kewaskum softball. I'm Lauren, silent disco, Rettler, and W7 is for the girls.
If you don't know W7,
For real.
I didn't write the first sentence. Mess it up. If you don't know W7, you don't know Kakana softball. I'm Paige Miller. I'm Callie Meredith, and W7 is for the girls.
Welcome back to Whip Around and Find Out. It's time for segment 5, Under the Radar. Not every big performance gets headlines. We fix that here. So it's not always the, grand slams and the perfect games. I mean, there's a lot of heroes in every game. So let's start with Peyton Jershely from Mosinee. 4 hits, including the walk-off winner for Mosinee over Kakana. Caroline Notham from Cedarburg. 2 hits in a 1-0 game. What about Jenna Benash from Milton? 3 for 3 yesterday, sparked the offense. And by the way, I mentioned this yesterday in our post-game interview with Jenna. She threw a dart from center field. So it was, they had a kid at second. It was a base hit into center, mid center field, maybe the back third of center field. And Jenna came up and the kid went around second, went around third, and she took about 5 steps rounding third, and it was full breaks. Coach Kalani from the Elkhorn is like waving her arms like, you're not going. That ball was a rocket coming in and right to Kenzie Marquardt from Milton. So Jenna Benash, one of our kids, definitely 3 for 3, sparked that offense. Of course, as I mentioned, great defensive play as well. Ellie Rippier from Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln, a homer and multiple RBI. Ruby Rango. I forgot my Rango. I forgot my Rango sound effect. I'll just try to do it myself. Rango. Ruby Rango had a 3-hit day for Grantsburg. Grace Potasic from Prescott, a triple, scored, pressure offense. Great job for Grace. Claire Papendorf of Clintonville, a complete game win. So, hey, stars matter. We all know that, but depth matters too. All right, now it's time for segment number 6, game of the weekend. And we're going to say Waterford versus Badger. This had everything. Extra innings, late homers, momentum swings, strikeouts, pressure moments. Badger wins it 6-5 on a walk-off in the 8th. Games like this don't just happen. They don't just entertain, they help shape teams. These games, and I've talked about it with a lot of coaches, you love having games like these early in the season. It can really define who you are and help shape character, toughen you, strengthen you, and get you ready for when those conference games come and when those postseason games come. You don't want 21 games of 15-0. You need close competitive games. And by the way, losing every once in a while doesn't hurt either. And I think you could talk to several coaches in the area that would probably agree with me on that. So again, playoff energy, elite competition, pressure reps, test your resilience, all of those things. Okay, when we come back, we're going to give you our team stock report. So imagine that these teams we're going to talk about are on the New York Stock Exchange. We're going to talk about buy, sell, or hold. Well, we won't do any sells, mostly just buying and holding. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out live. It is live. Feel free to put your comments in. Got a couple more. Congratulations to Bitsy and Tori. Han, we do not have any games lined up for Wittenberg Burnham Wood. I'd love to see Rory Salveson, but just didn't work out this year, so not going to be able to do that as well. So we'll be back. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out. We are live on Sunday night.
Okay, here we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. If you don't know W7, okay, if you don't know, okay? 1, 2, 3. If you don't know W7, you don't know Oak Creek softball.
I'm Sierra Kilborn.
I'm Riley Gonzalonic.
And I'm Matt Cole.
And W7 is for the girls.
If you don't know Kiwanis, oh my God, no, if you don't know W7, okay.
Sorry.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Kiwanis softball. I'm Macy Savage, and W7 is for the girls.
Welcome back to Wisconsin's only daily softball show. Yeah, I'm going to hammer that all season long. It's Whip Around and Find Out, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and by Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. Check those guys out. Again, we'll have a live episode of Whip Around from Denmark coming up yet this season. Okay, let's get into segment 7. It's time to look at the team stock report. Some teams are rising fast, some teams have us watching closely, and some teams are proving they belong in bigger conversations. This is the team stock report. Let's start with Fox Valley Lutheran. Stock all the way up. Why? Because when you combine elite pitching with lineup depth, that's how great seasons happen. I know they were 26-0 last year. I'm not exactly going out on a limb here, you guys. I realize that this is not exactly a, groundbreaking, revelation that nobody's ever heard of before. I'm not here to break news. I mean, I'm here to just call it like I see it. And I'm telling you, that team is mad. They're playing angry. They wanted to be able to go finish the job last year, weren't able to do it, and I'm telling you, this team is on a mission this year. I will say, I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world for this team to lose a game, and I think Coach Gunner and Coach Tim and those guys realize that too. I mean, if you look at their schedule, it's really, really tough. So we may see a loss or two on the schedule this year, but right now, they're just playing angry. Babcock threw a perfect game, which immediately puts the Foxes in the statewide spotlight. Brianna Dahlke delivered extra base damage. Olivia Fisher helped produce runs. Tenley Wolfrath added pressure offensively. Kinley Peterson, the freshman, with a home run. And defensively, clean. That matters. Fox Valley Lutheran doesn't look like a team hoping to win games. They look like a team expecting to. Team 2, Hamilton. Statement win this weekend. 13-0 over Middleton. That got my attention, no matter when it happens. Bitsy Palika was the headline with 5 RBI, including a home run and multiple run-producing moments, but she wasn't alone. Aubrey Peterson had 3 hits and drove in runs. Leah Bickler helped set the tone early. Sydney York added production. Ava Sarambisky brought speed and pressure. That's the scary part with Hamilton. It's not one player, it's all of them. It's waves. Hamilton stock is rising because they look complete. That's what I would say about that team. They look complete. Also rising, brilliant, runs everywhere. That's the headline. 30 runs across 2 games tells you this lineup is relentless. Kara Tam had a monster weekend, including an inside the park grand slam and 5 RBI in 1 game. Carter Miller was a table setter and run producer. Kara Hedrick piled up hits. Taylor Ware drove in runs. Amia Brooks contributed at the circle and at the plate. Grace Krieger came in through tough spots. When this many hitters are dangerous, opponents can't breathe. Brilliant stock, flying upward. Kewaskum, a big weekend for the Kewaskum Indians, and the bats were loud. Brianna Krause launched 2 home runs and drove in 7 in 1 game. That right there changes your stock, but there's more. Ellie Cagliari added power and also earned wins in the circle. Kylie Baca delivered key hits. Leah Pittman created offense. Leah Dom added RBI production. Madden Sabich collected multiple hits. That's balance. Kewaskum isn't just winning, they're creating matchup problems. Fond du Lac, balanced, dangerous, real. Fond du Lac continues to show why they deserve attention. McKenna Schultes blasted a 3-run homer and made impact plays defensively. Tristan Ernst, 99 career hits, sitting on 99, next one's 100, continues climbing career milestones. Ava Martinez added extra base production. Again, new to the lineup. Coach Schleif rolling new kids in. Elena Fink is quietly having a tremendous early season for Fond du Lac. Keep an eye on her. Lillian Birschbach, nothing quiet about what Lil does. She just comes in and pounds the ball. She adds so much depth and does so many things for this team. Chase Hall, their pitcher, it's not easy to replace Sue Vokes on the circle. Chase doing a really nice job. She gave them solid work in the circle this week. The team doesn't rely on one path to win. What they do rely on is playing clean, error-free softball. That's important. They count on not making dumb mistakes. That's important to this team. You got to do all those little things right, because they're not going to beat you with 10 home runs in a game. They're not going to throw perfect games. That's not going to happen with this team. They're going to win with little micro decisions and by applying as much pressure to the other team as they can. They can pitch, they can run, they can defend, they can slug. That's why their stock keeps climbing. Mosinee, Clutch factor is real at Mosinee. Any team that wins close games deserves attention. They went down south and played a bunch of tough opponents. We talked about this. We said 2 weeks ago that there's going to be huge payoffs for Mosinee playing these tough teams down south before the season starts, and it's happening right now. They walked off Kaukauna in extra innings. That game went 8 innings. Peyton Jershely walked it off. That tells you a lot about their composure. Peyton had 4 hits, including the game winner. Talon Jershely added offense. Allison Tim delivered a key extra base hit. Ava Bussey gave them 8 strong innings in the circle. Brooklyn Simonis doing great things. I mean, they're a very, very tough team. I would say I'd be surprised if I don't see them make a very deep run in the postseason this year. We'll see. This is a team. I mean, they're like Fondy in a lot of ways. They don't necessarily dominate headlines. I mean, they're not a sexy, fun Corvette. They're more like a 2021 Camry. I mean, it just, it gets in, it starts, it runs, and you don't have to worry about it. I mean, you're not sitting up at night saying, oh my God, I hope the turbo didn't go out, or, oh geez, I hope that, I hope this and I hope that. It's a Camry. It's going to get in, it's going to start, and you're going to drive to work. And it really does what you need it to do. That's Mosinee, that's Fondy. They're both Camrys, but Camrys are really good cars, really solid, really dependable. I mean, you're not driving it to Oscars night, but I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with being a Camry. Being a Camry is okay. They look dangerous when the game gets tight. What about Johnson Creek? Talked about them, and Coach P, I was probably tired of hearing about it already, but the ceiling is pretty high on this Johnson Creek team, and a lot of that is because when you got a player like Tori Bugles, your ceiling changes. She struck out 11 and collected 4 hits in the same game. That's absurd. I mean, that's insane. 11 strikeouts and 4 hits in one game. But the support matters too. Carrie Armstrong drove in 4 runs. Taylor Bugles added home run power. Brooklyn Gunn contributed multiple hits. Sophie Morris added offense. Paige Swanson helped deepen the lineup. And don't forget Libby Burbach. She may not be off to a rocketing start this year, but I'm telling you, that kid is clutch. She's going to come up with some really big games before the season comes over. You mark my words. I'm telling you now. Buy on Libby Burbach. It's coming. It's coming. Trust me on that. And then Cedarburg. Cedarburg can win low-scoring games, and that matters because not every night is a slugfest. Have you been to Cedarburg? The last time I was there, it was about 27 degrees. Ed Rowley and I about froze to death at Cedarburg. And that's when they had Peyton Monticelli, and they had Cassidy Gall and Sarah Prom and those legends who are gone now. But the tradition at Cedarburg continues. They have a great youth program. They've got great coaching, a great leadership in their program. They just they go to state every year. I mean, that's the funny part. I mean, you remember in the 80s and remember in the 90s when Buddy Ryan was the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he cut Chris Carter because he said all he does is catch touchdowns, and the Vikings signed him, and he went on to have this Hall of Fame career. That's what Cedarburg is. Well, all they do is go to the state tournament every year. I mean, what can I say? I think a lot of teams would take that. All they do every year, go to the state tournament. So yeah, there's that. They can survive pressure, execute defense, and cash in small chances. Carolyn Notham had 2 hits. Emily Johnson controlled the game in the circle. The defense held up in a razor-thin contest. Teams that can win ugly are dangerous in May and June. I'm telling you, keep watching Cedarburg. All right, quick break. We're coming back with Who's That Girl #2 and get you out of here on a Sunday night. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Whip Around and Find Out. Let's catch up on our comments here. Jesse checking in, recognizing Aubrey. My buddy Keith Kozlowski. Hey, bud. Good to hear from you, Keith. I hope you're doing well. Look forward to seeing you again soon, man. Jesse, thank you, Jesse. We appreciate it. We love the show. Love talking about these kids. It's a lot of fun. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us and helping make it fun. Okay, we talked about the stock that's rising. And the hot teams. Now, I mean, we got to talk about, I wouldn't say teams that aren't doing well, but teams that, we just got to see a little more. I mean, we're rooting for you so much. We are, trust me, we want you to win games. Beaver Dam, you need a bounce back. There's so much talent on that team. You guys have so much ability. You're gonna be great. I know it. Just things are tough right now, but it's not always going to be that way. Waterford, man, that team's been in fights, close games, extra innings, big moments. They dropped a 6-5 heartbreaker to Badger in 8 innings. But here's the thing. They're competing against quality teams, and they're proving they can hang in pressure spots. Sometimes the gap between frustration and breakthrough is one swing, one clean inning, one bounce. Waterford feels close. Lake Mills has shown real offensive firepower. They had 16 hits and a loss to Whitnall. Lily Dorr delivered a grand slam in another game. The results haven't always matched the effort, but when you can hit like that, you're never far away from the corner. There's enough offense here to believe better days are coming. Kakana. It's okay. It's okay. This is supposed to happen. I know you're not used to this. You're supposed to lose some games. It's all right. Nobody's judging you. Trust me. Kakana has brought so much attention to Wisconsin high school softball. We owe Kakana a great big debt of gratitude. I'm telling you, they have done things the right way, and if you don't think everybody's been copying that, you're insane. Kakana, you're gonna be okay. I know your youth program. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's phenomenal. So I guess what I would say is what Barry Alvarez told all the fans. Get your tickets now while you still can, because they ain't gonna be around forever. Kakana, you'll be just fine. So that is our teams that we're looking for a response from. Okay. All right, now on to our final segment, one of our final segments. It's going to be, let's see, you know what it is. It's your favorite and my favorite. It's coming, hang on. Too many things open here. Here we go. Who's That Girl? Round 2. 5 nominees. Cora Tam from Brilliant, 5 RBI, plus an inside the park grand slam. Lily Dorr makes another appearance from Lake Mills, 6 RBI, plus a slam. Jenna Benash from Milton, 3 for 3. McKenna Schultes from Fond du Lac. McKenna, a 3-run homer. And Kara Link from Stoughton, weekend power and clutch. The winner is Kara Link from Stoughton. When you're hitting .714 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs in April, hey, this isn't Florida where you're playing like in the middle of June and it's 81 degrees. You're playing in 39-degree weather and you're hitting .714 and you've got 4 home runs and 14 RBI? Seriously? Yeah, you're Who's That Girl, Kara. That's you. Kara Link from Stoughton, our second Who's That Girl? All right. When we come back, it's the Monday look ahead, and then we're going to get out of here. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out on W7. W7, we are here with the state champion Pacelli Cardinals, and specifically with Amelia Martini, who we now call, what do we call her, Connor? Mint Chip Martini. So Mint Chip Martini is her new name. So Amelia, first of all, congratulations on a state championship.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It's like a dream, honestly.
Connor said on air, he said, if Pacelli comes back, we're going to get Amelia Martini some mint chip ice cream. There you go.
There she goes. Final score, Ashwaubenon on 1, Neenah nothing. We'll be back for the noon game. Jaguars versus Fox Valley Lutheran. Until then, for our dancing queen, Addie Phipps, and Barrett Herr, and the victorious Jaguars, I'm Gary Wipperman. Thanks for watching. Last thing, biggest thing of the day, we are W7, and we are for the girls. See you soon.
W7's got it right, covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls.
Sunday night Whip Around live. We're going to be live every Sunday night from now on. We won't be live during the week. We'll air our shows at 7:30 in the morning, but Sunday night, 8 o'clock, you got me, okay? We'll work on doing an hour every Sunday night. It's a good way to kind of wrap up the weekend and get us ready for the week ahead. Now, let's talk about what's coming up this week. I mean, we got a lot of stuff happening this week. It's a really, really big week for us. All right, so let's start with Monday, or let's start with looking at Monday. What's going on in the softball world Monday? Well, you got Arrowhead versus Catholic Memorial. I mean, yeah, that's a big game, right? Brand matchup, strong programs, early season measuring stick, watch the defense, first inning nerves, and big hits late. What about what's on W7 on Monday? Oh, it's not really a big game. I mean, unless, you think that Pacelli versus Almond Bancroft is a big game, which I personally do. We'll be there. We'll be at Almond Bancroft tomorrow, making the drive over to central Wisconsin. Community energy, upset potential. Should be fun. What you want to watch in that game is you want to watch the early momentum, and I expect the crowd to be fired up. I expect the crowd from Almond Bancroft to be fired up and ready to go. And pressure innings. This is one of those games. I mean, these kids, if you don't know this, when you put Almond Bancroft, Plover, Adams Friendship, Spash, you put Shawano, you put all of them together, they all play into the Plover youth program. So they all know each other. They all play together. And it hits different when you play, against these kids, for your high school. I mean, don't think for a minute that they're just buddy. Well, hopefully we win, but if not, I'm glad you. No, that is not the way it is. They want to win. I mean, they want to beat their friends. I mean, beat them into submission. They're between the lines, there is absolutely no love lost between these players. Once the game's over, they're all the best of friends, and they can laugh and go out for Culver's and have ice cream and whatever they do. But when the game is on, they want to take each other down. So Pacelli and Almond Bancroft tomorrow on W7. Another game to watch out for tomorrow: Campbellsport and Waterloo. Coach Heisdorf, I love you. You know that. Coach Heisdorf is a huge supporter of ours and what we do. I'm going to tell you, I'm still a hold on Campbellsport. I still need to see a little bit more. So I'm curious what you guys can do against Waterloo. I love the team. I love what you guys are doing. Quite frankly, I was very surprised you dismantled Fond du Lac the way you did. I mean, sorry, Coach Life, but I'm telling you, I mean, they took them apart. We'll see. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a buyer. I'm just saying I'm watching closely, right? I've got you on my queue of these are stocks I may want to buy. Let's see how they perform over the next few days, and then we'll decide. Should we buy or should we hold off and wait? Also, watch Brilliant at Hilbert, Johnson Creek Deerfield. That could be a really fun game. That Johnson Creek Deerfield game could be very, very interesting. Johnson Creek, I'll tell you, don't sleep on Deerfield. You guys better be ready. They're going to be ready for you. I'm telling you. Beaver Dam and Sun Prairie West. Beaver Dam's going to get stuff figured out. Quinn's too good of a coach. Kendall Fakes is too good of a player. Emma Jolka's too good of a player. Jolie Dronik is too good of a player for them not to get stuff figured out and do well. They will. They'll be just fine. They get to take on Sun Prairie West tomorrow, and then Kewaskum at West Bend East. I was really pleased with West Bend East the first 4 innings of that game on Friday. For some reason, in the 5th inning, the wheels just fell off defensively. I don't know what happened. I thought Quinn Matthew pitched a pretty good game, but she didn't get a ton of help from the offense or from her defense. So I think Coach Detchent would be the first to tell you, hey, we probably didn't play our best, but I'm a big Mark Detchent fan. I love what he does. I love how he encourages these kids. And they're also going to miss Savannah Meyer. They're all conference first baseman. She tore her ACL. She's out for the year. So, that stuff hurts, right? So we'll have to see, what happens with them. And Kewaskum looks really good. Kewaskum looks very good. All right, here is our final word for tonight. Here's what we learned this weekend. Elite pitching still wins. Ta-da! You never expected that, did you? Perfect games, shutout, strikeout nights, power changes games fast. Of this, one swing still can flip a game. Depth separates good teams. Multiple contributors matter. Pressure reveals identity. How many times have we talked about it, you guys? It's all about pressure. Kakana wasn't a program about scoring runs or stealing bases. Kakana was a program about putting pressure on the other team. That's what wins games. And in close games, teach you who you are. We learned that as well. Monday comes fast. We all know that. So reset, refocus, and go again. Here's our week coming up. Tomorrow, Elman Bancroft, we're at Elman Bancroft, Pacelli at Elman Bancroft. Tuesday, I'm doing this from memory, you guys. Tuesday, we are at Milton, Oregon at Milton. We're going to take Wednesday off. We'll still have a whip around show. Thursday, we'll be at Fox Valley Lutheran for Xavier at FVL. Friday, we will be at Hortonville. Hortonville is going to celebrate their 1996 state championship team, and we're going to have that ceremony as part of our broadcast. So I encourage you to check that out. So those girls would now probably be, 1996. I'm really pushing my luck here doing the math. 30 years. So they're, mid 40s, late 40s, probably somewhere around there. So it'd be fun to see that team together, and maybe they'll take on the varsity team for an inning. But that's not the 1996 state championship. Hortonville Polar Bears softball team will be there on Friday. And then Saturday is a really great day for us. We're actually doing the Kewaskum JV tournament. And I know the first question is, well, gee, you're not doing one of our varsity games, yet you're doing all these JV games. Well, we're not doing all of the JV games. We're doing a tournament, and we're doing it because, we want the kids, especially the JV kids, to see, hey, this is what's waiting for you if you stick with it. We're seeing a lot of attrition in softball, in basketball. We've got to get those numbers fixed. I don't want to go down this road, but I'm just going to say we've got to get past the old school approach of these kids should be happy to go to practice. They're not. Get over yourself. Those days are long gone. We were happy to go to practice. I went to practice in 1987. I was happy to go to practice. Today, these kids got a million things they can do. Video games, clubs, social media, hang out with friends, travel. There's a myriad of things that they can do. We're naive to think that they're going to just love it because they get to go to practice. I know some kids do. I know. And that's great. You know, I mean, most of you watching, your kid is one of those that just, you know, is a field rat. I mean, they would just go just to play because they just love playing. Most kids are not like that, you know, and so we got to make it fun. We got to make it entertaining. We got to give them a show. I mean, I'm not saying bring in circus clowns and dancing monkeys, but I am saying that, you know, we've got to realize that what worked in 1991 isn't going to work now. There's too many options. And this whole, well, you know, let's be careful putting their, you know, pictures on social media. Are you insane? Do you even know what social media is? Have you seen these kids in social media? I mean, you're ridiculous. And this is some of the feedback we get. Like, you know, you should be more, you know, serious about the games. And, you know, seriously? No. We're serious about having fun. We're serious about giving these kids a great experience and enjoying what they do and showing them, hey, if you work hard and if you do the right thing, we're going to reward you. I'm not saying we don't recognize hard work and reward hard work. We do. But there's another element beyond just, you should be happy to go to practice. Those days are over and they're not coming back. I'm sorry. And those of you still living back there, I hope the weather's nice. I hope you're enjoying it. But I got rid of my 1991 Corvette, you know, a long, long time ago. I still love it. I miss it. But, you know, we're in 2026. These kids have a ton of options, and we got to make sure that sports is still one of them, because we all know, every one of us knows the same thing. The kids that do best in the adult real world played high school sports, and that has to continue. Okay, I told you I was only going to do one PSA today, but I guess I accidentally did too. But you guys know me. You can never shut me up. Hey, thanks for watching. We've had a great hour. I hope you guys have too. I got to say thank you again to the Circle Tap in Denmark, Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy to have you as our partners. And to all of you, I love all of you guys. You know that. Keep cheering those kids on. Send me your kids' stuff when they do well. You're not a homer. It's okay. I'm here for you. All right? Have a great night. Have a great Sunday. If you're back on games tomorrow, enjoy them. If you're not, tune in. Tune in on Fix TV tomorrow. Almond, Bancroft, and Pacelli. That game's going to be a fun one. I'm telling you. They're friends outside the lines. In between, not so much. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Whip Around and Find Out live Sunday night edition. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.